Okay, I think that's it. Hello, my friend, and welcome to day 5 of Hi, I'm the Midlife Mystic. I almost slipped on a stair. But it's great to meet you. Thanks for dropping by. I'm just here telling my story and looking to connect with my tribe. I left my career last year at 47 years old, and I was a designer for 25 years. I was in the tech industry. I ended up in the tech industry because I helped grow a startup to the point where we got acquired by a tech giant. And then I ended up working for a huge tech company. And then I went from that tech company to another big tech company, because that's kind of what people do in that world. Is you get in with one big tech company, and then the next step is either like a more senior role at that company, or you just go to another one of the big tech companies. And it's kind of how that world works. And when you're in that world, as I was last year, it just starts to seem like your options are really limited. Like, if you want to get ahead or if you want to move on to the next thing, and you're a director, the next thing is like senior director. If you're and then VP, and then maybe you get to the C-suite if you're really lucky and you've been grinding for like 20 years or whatever. So I think when you're in a career in general, it can start to become really limiting, and I talk about it as like it's almost like you have blinders on, and all you see is what's in front of you. And the truth is, wherever you are in your life, wherever you are in your career, there are an infinite number of possibilities available to you. And I think all too often we get stuck in thinking, well, this is the thing I have to do to get to the next level. This is what everyone else is doing. This is what other people tell me I should be doing. And all these things that we don't even realize we're following. But there's a great quote that I love from Carl Jung, where he says, if the path before you is clear, you're probably on someone else's. And I think last year I realized I was on someone else's path. This whole idea of like senior director to VP to whatever was this program I had gotten swept up in, and my thinking was like, well, I'm married now, I have kids, I have certain responsibilities. I've got to put aside that version of me that dreamt really big and wanted to play music and make art and do all these incredible things with my life. And right now I've got to really buckle down and focus on my career. And that was the world I was in. And a lot of people are steeped in that belief. And part of it is like, I have certain financial obligations now. I have mortgage, I have kids, I have all these things. And so you're like, I need to sacrifice myself. I went through my childhood seeing my stepdad sacrifice himself to raise us. God bless him. He gave himself away so that we could, have a nice life. But he was never around because he was killing himself in his job. And that's no way to live. And one of the reasons I'm here is to help spread this message, which is what I've really learned over the last year and a half since I left my career, that there is no set path you have to follow. There's no one particular way you have to do things if you want to make a lot of money. And actually, the most likely way that you're going to make a lot of money is by doing what you love, is by expressing your own unique genius. And someone asked about self-worth yesterday, because I had a video that said how to restore your self-worth. And I didn't directly answer it in the video, but here's how you restore your self-worth. You ready for it? You know that you make decisions based on the knowledge that your perspective is valuable. You stop second guessing yourself. You stop letting yourself believe that everyone else knows more than you do. Because I think that's what a lot of us do, especially in our career, is we put other people's sensibilities and perspectives and opinions above our own, especially when we need approval from like stakeholders or senior people to us. We just sort of like, okay, I guess they're right. They want it this way. I'll do it this way. And over time, that can chip away at your confidence, as it did for me. Here's how to restore your self-worth. Remember that you are right. Remember that maybe you've gone through your whole life with other people telling you how to do things, or how to approach certain things, or how you should live your life. Whereas somewhere in the background has been this voice inside of you that's been saying, I don't know if that's right. I feel differently. But I'm not going to question it because this person's in a position of authority and I think maybe they know better than me. So I'm just going to go with their way. And you keep going with other people's way of doing things or pursuing a career, living life, building a startup, whatever it is, long enough that you kind of get to a point where you forget your own unique perspective and your own unique sensibilities. And that's what happened to me in my career. And the past year and a half has really been a journey of coming back home to myself, coming back to home to my own unique perspective, coming back home to the knowledge that you can lead a life and a career of your own design and your own choosing. And there's infinite possibility available to you. And you are a creative, intelligent human being who can forge your own path and forge a path that has never been forged before by anyone else. And one of my messages in being here is that if you're someone who has had a successful career in any capacity, you have valuable skills and you don't need a job to deliver those skills to the world. And I'll put a link in the description to an article I posted on Substack is a newsletter platform. Someone else asked what Substack is. So Substack is a new platform for newsletters. And if you're interested in writing, it's a really cool platform to check out because it's got some built-in features for helping you find an audience. And I've been writing there for like the last year. And I've grown an audience of like over 2,000 people who subscribe to my newsletter. And it's really cool. It's a really cool platform. It's a really cool experience. But anyway, I'm going to post a link to an article about what I believe are the 5 core skills you need if you want to make a living without a job. It's simpler than it's ever been. There's all sorts of tools available to you, including this tool that we're using to connect with each other right now. Right? All these platforms where you can just kind of put your message out there, find your tribe, find your people. If you've got professional experience, I absolutely guarantee you that you have skills that are valuable to some other people out there. It could be that you have a background in marketing and there's a whole bunch of people building businesses who don't know a whole lot about marketing, and you could teach them a few things that would be really valuable to them and help them get to the next level. Or you know something about design or communication or PR or product development or anything. The way of the midlife mystic is to take what you're good at and package it up in a way that's valuable to people that doesn't require you going through the job, going through a middleman. And a job is like a middleman. A job is like your middleman between you and delivering your value to the world. So one of my messages is you don't need a job. You probably don't need a job. Most people watching this, you probably don't need a job. And so I'm going to talk a lot more about this, and I'm going to talk about the logistics of how to grow an audience. And by the way, I'm just getting started here on YouTube. I had 70 subscribers last week. Now I'm up to 80. It's awesome. I love that some new folks are showing up here. And the 70 were from mostly from years ago when I was pursuing a music career. And anyway, that's another story for another day. But thanks so much for being here. I will be here every day. Let me know any questions you have in the comments. Please let me know if this video is helpful. And I'm so honored to meet you. And I'll share the link to the Substack article I mentioned. And have a great day.